Top 3 existing motorbiking routes in Nepal you never want to miss. 1. Kathmandu to Bandipur. If you ride from Kathmandu to Bandipur without hitches, it will take you about 4 hours. The roads going to Bandipur are a combination of flatlands and ridges, but there are parts that are cracked as buses ply by this route every day to get to Pokhara. The highest elevation is at 1,030 meters, 0.6 miles. To share with you some history about these roadways, Bandipur used to be an important stop in the India-Tibet trade route, but it was bypassed in the construction of the Prithvi highways in the 1960s. Nevertheless, visiting Bandipur is a must as it's a living museum of Newari culture. You'll be surprised by winding lanes with traditional Newari houses. There are also a lot of cafes and lodges now, and there are very little motorized vehicles in the area. You can also check out Bandipur Bazaar in the town of Dumre, which happens to have spectacular views of Manaslu, Dhalagiri, and Langtang. If you like adventure sports, you can also try a bit of caving, paragliding, rock climbing, and hiking. Point 2. The winding roads from Bandipur to Pokhara. Going from Bandipur to Pokhara is a relatively short travel time. At most, without any stops, it will take you around 2.5 to 3 hours. However, the reason why it continues to be a popular route is not just because Pokhara is a great end destination, but the view to and from these areas are also picture-worthy. There are a lot of routes to choose from. From Bandipur, you can go back down the town of Dumre and head to Pokhara. You can also start your trip from Damali or Ramkot. From there, you can head on to the Prithvi highway, which is full of local trucks, lorries, and buses, so be careful as they go in both directions. If you're a little nervous to take this highway, you can take the old one. The route is also prone to landslides, although some say this risk is worth it because of the scenic drops, switchbacks, and agricultural scenery like rice terraces, water buffaloes, sugarcane plantations, and such. You can stop at the many roadside restaurants for lunch. 3. The road less traveled from Pokhara to Tansen is about 120 kilometers, 74 miles, from Pokhara. If you don't stop, you'll get there in around 3 to 4 hours. This is also not a typical route. Most people take the Pokhara, Chitwan route, and then head on to Tansen. That said, you'll be pleasantly surprised that this area has so much history and has an amazing collection of Newari architecture. Going there, you'll be met by good and winding roadways, which is perhaps the reason why people think the trip takes longer. The altitude is higher than Kathmandu, at 4,600 feet 500 meters, so be sure to prepare for the hot monsoon weather. Tansen is a great rest stop. Depending on what your goal is, you can easily stay here for a couple of days to check out the traditional pagoda-style temples such as Amar Narayan, Bhagwati, and Tansen Durbar.